All right, guys. Fula coming to you with another Guerilla boxing video. So, you know, on this channel, I try to be as objective as possible, and I also try to be as like transparent as possible on this channel when it comes to boxing. So, I don't like to clickbait. I don't like to be like breaking news, and then the news that I report is fake news. I don't like to do that. That's something I don't like to do. Um, Me, I'm the type that I want to get it from the horse's mouth if possible. Or if I don't get it from the horse's mouth, I want like complete complete evidence that this thing is actually happening, or if this thing is actually signed, sealed, and delivered. That's what type of operation I like to run. So, we know by now that that Terrance Crawford and the Errol Spence fight, that I don't think that fight's gonna happen. I said that this fight was not going to happen. Everybody was talking about like, oh, this thing is next. Everybody was talking about, oh, it's signed, sealed, and delivered. Everybody was like making these talking points. Everybody was like, and you had some content creators actually say, um, you have some content creators who actually went as far as to say, um, Terence Crawford in camp for for Errol Spence. You'll have him showing videos of him working out and stuff like that. Some actually went as far as that even. And so me, I said, you know what? Let's just wait until the smoke clears. Let's see what happens, right? So lo and behold, we have I think we have Terence Crawford, who is fighting Terence Crawford is fighting what's his name? I think he's fighting a guy named like David Adesanya or something like that. David Adesanya. He's fighting him in November in Nebraska. They're actually making it they're actually making it a pay-per-view. Now, I don't know why they would make that a pay-per-view though. How I don't know how that's like a pay-per-view event. Uh I don't know if he's fighting on ESPN. I don't know what the deal is, okay? But the fact of the matter is he ain't fighting Errol Spence. He ain't fighting Errol Spence. I don't know. At this point, I don't know if he's doing business with Top Rank. I don't know who he's doing business with, right? Uh, you know. So, with that being said, right? Errol Spence came out and said I could have been had a fight in, I think, like November. I think they said, oh, he's like, oh, I could have had a fight in November, right? Um, so you know, the thing is that with this being said, right? With this, with it looks like that we kind of were taken on a ride, basically, and I wasn't buying that. I wasn't buying the hype of Errol Spence Terrance Crawford fight, because I just knew that even if Terence Crawford was a free agent, he was gonna like demand certain things, and him demanding these things, I just I knew I knew that it wasn't gonna happen. I knew I knew this fight was not going to happen. You know, uh, it sucks, but I think the guy that Terence Crawford is fighting, he fought he he fought he fought Josh Kelly. Yeah, he fought Josh Kelly. He stopped Josh Kelly. Um, Handed Josh Kelly his first L. Um, and I guess he's a sturdy opponent, but there was something that was brought to there was something that was brought to my attention that makes a lot of sense. Someone from Team Ennis actually said that if Boots fought, if Boots fought, and we're talking about Jerron Boots Ennis, if Jerron Boots Ennis fought the same guy, then he would be looked at as a he would be looked at as a nobody. But since it's Terence Crawford, um, this actually is allowed. They're actually going to give him a pass for fighting this guy, right? Um, Now, with this being said, though, Errol Spencer said that 147 is hard to make, right? So, with that being said, do those two fight at 154, or do we just forget about the fight completely, or do those two fight at a catch weight? But in the meantime, and I'm gonna keep pushing this, but of course you have Errol Spence fans and you have Terence Crawford fans saying that Boots isn't ready to fight these guys, but I'm gonna push for that fight, since it seems like that Errol Spence does not have an opponent. Why not fight Boots? Why not fight him right now? And if you're the best, and if you're the big fish, if you're Moby Dick, get him out the way now. Boots, it looks like he can still comfortably make 147, and he doesn't have to weight bully in order to make the 147, and he doesn't have to drain himself to make the 147, because unlike these other guys, man, Boots stays in the gym. That's the thing. Boots, he just stays in the gym rat, right? So if I were if I think that should be the fight that is made. I believe that I believe that this fight, Boots with Earl Spence, is the most logical fight to make. Okay. Since it seems like the fight is not happening with Terence Crawford or Earl Spence. So my thing is this. My thing is this, okay? Um I personally believe, and I'm gonna end on this note because I don't want to be long winded. I personally, my personal belief is that the fight's not happening because of Terrence Crawford. I believe that Terrence Crawford had these like unrealistic demands, and the fight got prolonged, so therefore the fight wasn't made. I believe that Errol Spence and everybody came to the table with everything needed for the fight to be made. Um, but again, the language is telling because you hear how Terence Crawford says, "I agreed to their bullshit terms." You know, he called their terms bullshit. So, like, I mean, eh, the thing is I'm gonna end on this note. Those dudes are gonna have problems because you not only have Jaron Ennis, but you have this other guy that is a very heavy-handed uh, welterweight coming up, and inshallah he's gonna be on this channel soon. And inshallah, I will be going to their gym to work with their coach over there. But there's another guy that they're gonna have to be worrying about soon too, man. Telling you, uh, even if they go even if they go to 154, they're gonna have dudes they have to worry about up there, you know. And one of the guys is gonna have to be what's his name? A guy named Vadim Musaev, who, you know, he's on the up and come up right now. He that dude has heavy hands, amateur pedigree, very dangerous guy. You have the new Cuban 154 who's now in the ranks, you know. Uh and so with that being said, these two have been playing these semantics so much that they pretty much, hey, just like with Canelo, the walls are closing in on them too. The walls are closing in on Errol Spence. The walls are closing in on Terrance Crawford, man. So with that being said, I'm not holding my breath for this fight, and I'm just gonna take it as is. Foolish signing out. I'm John Arma. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments.